Greetings. Well, I don't want to ramble too long tonight, uh, but would like to mention about, I guess it's Georgescu in Romania. Much like Ukraine, they had an election. Like Ukraine, Yanukovych won in Ukraine 2014. That was the last fair, good election in Ukraine, 2014. Many of you don't know that, can't acknowledge that, don't know. You don't know that the person that was elected by the people there in Ukraine was actually replaced by Victoria Nuland. I mean, they've got the phone calls of her on with the guy talking about who they're going to get and all this kind of stuff. So that's Ukraine, okay? And that has turned into a disaster. Unless you're one of the American or Western oligarchs who's making a ton of money from the American taxpayers that are just giving money to Ukraine and just being bled dry to oligarchs through Ukraine, right? As Ukraine is being destroyed, right? And so that's going on. With this half-assed narrative about Putin as a big Nazi Hitler aggressor. When NATO, if you just look at the map, what's expanding? NATO. NATO's expanding. Do you remember the promises made to Gorbachev? And no, you don't remember any of that. That countries like Ukraine would never go into NATO. That's a promise, right? In the past, no one cares. Nobody remembers. Today, however, Poland, okay, it's been going, not Poland, I'm sorry, that's also a mess. Romania, they've got this idea, they're building this huge base on the Black Sea, okay, right near Russia. You think Russia's going to dig that? You think they're going to just go for that? Anyway, they're building this big base, Black Sea. Unfortunately, the democracy there didn't go the way they wanted it to, right? And they voted for somebody who's kind of a nationalist. He's somebody kind of a Romania first kind of guy. Who knew? He also doesn't hate the Russians, right? There's Russian people, citizens, culturally people in Romania that are kind of like Russians. They maybe speak Russian or culturally have other ties. They're not that far from Russia. Take a look. But anyway, so this guy, Georgescu, he doesn't hate the Russian citizens. He doesn't hate the other nationalities that happen to be. He actually loves Romania and wants Romania first and has these kind of old school values and stuff. So, of course, the globalist pig state hates him. And had him replaced, had him soft coup his ass, kind of soft cooed his ass. They didn't have him replaced, but they're like in the process of delegitimizing him. They're kind of doing a Russiagate on him. It's weird. They're doing like a Russiagate 2.0, against the guy in Romania. And it's really sad, and it's really dangerous also. I'm an emotional guy. I get emotional every now and then, you know what I mean? And the things that have been done to Russia, the lies and the things, I think I would let one of those Poseidon bombs go, or let some precise bomb just bomb somebody, you know what I mean? Just find where Victoria Nuland is in the world and just drone bomb her ass. You know what I mean? Or do one of those Poseidon bombs, the coastal, there goes the East Coast or whatever. That's all just hyperbole. It's just speculation. But he's clearly a level-headed guy. He's taken some punches, taken some hits, and remained really calm. And but we'll see how long does that go, And once you poke the bear enough times, when the bear comes out of the cave, man, it's rough, right? The Russians defeated the Nazis. They did. I'm really proud of my grandfather. My grandfather fought World War II against the Nazis with Patton's army, okay? But let's face it, the numbers, the sacrifice the Russians made to defeat Hitler, it's incredible. You don't want to mess with the Russians, really. It's not a good, if you don't have to, talk to them. Let's talk, Now, our pansy butt, they're not even just Democrats. Some of them are Republicans. But they're the kind of Victoria Nuland, Peter Strzok, Adam Schiff, Samantha Powers, Susan Rice, John Brennan. This group, those people, they are actually evil. I'm just going to say they're evil. They're evil people. And self-centered, evil, sowers of chaos, agents of Moloch. Anyway, they, have these plans, and they can't accomplish their plans if people are just peaceful and talking, doing diplomacy and making deals and stuff like that. No, that doesn't work for them to grift money. They need chaos and confusion in order to keep stealing our money, right? And undermining our democracy and stuff like that. In order to keep doing what they're doing, to go along with their plan, they need us to be unstabilized, whacked out, at war all the time, in kind of a war state, confused, COVID, viruses that they weaponized. Viruses are being weaponized right now. They have been weaponized. COVID-19 is a bioweapon. It's not a mistake. It's not, it's a bioweapon that, it's a bioweapon. And they're making more. Peter Hotez guaranteed there's going to be more. We can't have the wherewithal, the clarity, the unity of mind to confront the CDC, the Eco Health Alliance, that guy, what's his name, Peter Daszak, Ralph Baric. They should be in jail. Fauci, Baric, and Daszak should all be in jail for crimes against humanity. Yep. But no, they're getting more money. Bill Gates, too. He should be in that group, that cohort. He's in that cohort. Bill Gates. The fact that you people, that's why I use phrases. I mean, I'm so embarrassed that I have used the phrase libturd or libtard in the past. But, the fact that you can't remember that Bill Gates is a monopolist from Microsoft, right? Bill Gates, he's a monopolist from Microsoft, okay? The fact that nobody seems to know or remember what happened with vaccines in Africa, that they were sterilizing women in Africa. Nobody seems to remember that, right? You're talking about real racist? Whoa, dude. Biden and Gates and those people, they're racist. They don't give a crap about anybody. They're especially classist. They really don't care about the working class people. And they wish most of you would just go away and die. That's kind of their plans for you. Us. Anyway, enough said. I'm going to wrap this up here. But it's crazy things going on. Romania. I hope we help Georgescu. I hope he doesn't go the way of Yanukovych. And then Romania turns into this big military base for NATO. That's not going to just happen. That's not going to just be nice and peaceful. Would we accept that if Russia was building a giant military base with people that it's installed in Mexico? We wouldn't put up with that. I don't think. Would we? Would we be in the wrong to then go and attack the base or to try to install somebody else in Mexico? Or would that be a problem? Anyway, so the deep state has just figured out that keep Putin in the bad guy spot and keep making money, giving money to your friends and your defense contractors all around this idea that Putin is the bad guy. The sad thing is there's no journalist in the West. There's hardly any journalist, and most of my friends, ex-friends or friends I used to have, I don't really have any friends anymore, but most of the friends I used to have here in the Bay Area are still going to be, they're totally going to be duped by it, right? The Indian people on my line right now, people from India, they're big Democrats. They just love to be Democrats. I don't know why it is. They're totally duped by it. They're totally, whatever, I can just tell what's on NPR. I don't have to listen to NPR. They talk to me. They tell me stuff. They come up and tell me in my ear. Oh, Putin, Trump is, Okay, that's what they're saying on NPR now. I turn on NPR. Trump is, Satan Nazi, Trump is Satan Nazi. Okay, cool. Got it. Deep state hates Trump. He's not going to let them keep making their money. He's going to cut all that off, make deals, and do his own thing. They hate that. But anyway, and then us who here in America, we need to keep paying attention also. If you are a Trump supporter, you're somebody you think that the whole deep state thing's over because we voted in Trump, you're wrong. A lot of them, pro-Israel, they're all up in Trump's cabinet. It's all Israel. So they'll keep a genocide going against Palestine. It's no problem, bro. Build a resort in Gaza and dislocate everybody. Yeah, no problem. They'll do it. They don't care. They're down for that. They just have a little different approach when it comes to, Ukraine and Romania right now. But maybe those aren't their oligarch friends. They probably have oligarch friends in some other country they're planning to use to launder money through. Who knows? What I'm saying is don't become a partisan and just hate on the Democrats and then think that the Republicans are awesome, because they're not. They're really not. We got to come up with plans, keep our mind going for ourselves. All right? I love you guys. Have a good